you guys want to start. We will move into our legs up the wall after this, so maybe you want to start and seated, and that's fine. We're going to give ourselves a few moments to transition into our practice, right? Kind of having that ritual of arriving to our yoga practice, to our mat. Maybe you want to start on the back. Whatever is going to bring your awareness to that spine. So let yourself let go of the day. Not saying that the day was bad or that it was hectic or that it was or wasn't, but we're here in our yoga practice now. And we're going to bring all of our attention, as much as we can, to the right now. Bringing our attention to the right now. Giving ourselves the now. I love all of you, and I'm so glad that we're here together. I love you all so much. It's our crown chakra practice. Sahasrara Chakra. The symbol of this chakra is a 1,000-petaled lotus. The symbol of infinity. It's here when we awaken our Sahasrara Chakra that we realize that we are connected to the divine, that there was never separation, that was an illusion, that we are one. We step into our Christ-like consciousness, our Buddha consciousness. So maybe imagine right now the color of moonlight, which is a color associated with Sahasrara Chakra. Maybe visualizing all of us together as one light. I'm going to chant Om 3 times, ushering us into our yin practice. You can join if you want, you can just respond, you can bring in some rolling Oms, whatever feels right for you. And imagine this Om connecting us to the Om within all living things. Connecting our prana with the prana all around us. Not to convolute, but to unite and to remember and to remind us that we are all one. And now, as if moving through a dream or as if moving in your meditation, we'll make our way into our legs up the wall. Feeling what we usually ground into, which is our feet. Feeling those up towards the sky, where our crown usually extends into. So bring a blanket if you want, so you can place it over your torso. And then we'll bring those feet the wall. If you want, you can make that bridge with your bolster and your blocks and just bring your calves on top of a bolster. Or if you don't have a wall, you can just bring your feet, your legs to the couch or to the bed. And once you get there, let's soften the gaze of our eyes, closing our physical eyes and opening up into our Sahasrara Chakra. It's about 5, 7, however many centimeters above the head. This conduit to source. Imagine a string even thinner than like a fishing line or thinner than a piece of dental floss. Imagine it from the base of the spine, up, following the spine, past the throat chakra, past the third eye, past the crown, extending. And that's a little conduit of light. The color of moonlight. Feel the light within yourself that you are. Relax the feet, relax the legs, and let's relax our mind and just focus on the upward and downward movement of that light within our being. With each passing moment, we remember more and more that we are whole. We're not becoming whole because we already are, but rather we're remembering that we are whole. The root of all suffering is forgetting our true nature as peace, as love, as spirit. So it's the remembering that reduces our suffering. The remembering that we are the divine, that we are one. Follow that light and be that light within yourself. Whenever you're ready, Gently maybe bring a bend to the knees. Maybe roll over to one side. And maybe you press your feet against the wall, kind of slide back. But make your way to your rebound. Make your way to your backs. And feel that cord of light. Feel it within. And then feel that prana moving and settling and nourishing your being. Feel your body neutral. The Bija mantra for our third eye is Om. Our Sahasrara, some say that it is Om, others say that it is silence. So as we calm and come into our yin practice tonight, we might be observing a little more silence than normal. If your mind wanders, just bring it to the mantra Om. And bring it to that visualization of light that you are. Let's gently roll to one side. Make our way to our knees and to our hands. And then we'll come into a heart melting pose. If you have blocks, you can bring blocks if you want. Let's bring ourselves. You can try it like this if you want. One thing that's really nice is to bring the blocks, maybe like train tracks. Sometimes I angle them towards each other versus parallel. Sometimes I angle them in. Rest your forearms on those blocks and feel that heart come down a little more. Maybe at first it's suspended, and then as you surrender into the shape, you might feel your forehead coming closer to the ground as that fascia releases just a little more. So just allow yourself to be here. Maybe feeling and bringing awareness to the third eye and into that crown chakra. We talked about our third eye last week, which is where that yin and yang come together. Remember, our chakras spin because the polarities in the body cross at the spine. At the third eye, those opposite energies come together and they don't separate again. And they ascend into crown chakra. And that's that conduit. So feel those energies coming together at third eye, merging and ascending, connecting us to the divine. Allow yourself to breathe normally. Surrender into your life. Our heart and lung chakras, getting a little awareness. Going across the shoulders into the hands. allowing us to have joy and happiness and release grief or sadness. The stomach meridian that runs across the knees, giving us the nourishment out of this earthly experience. So feeling these beautiful connections of the emotions that our soul is here to experience. Our soul chose this body to experience what only this body could give. Let's remember that infinite soul that we are tonight. You might feel energy in your hands, your shoulders, the feet, the hips, just anywhere in your being. And as you're ready, you can fold forward onto your stomach and roll to your back. You can roll onto your stomach any way that you want to bring yourself into your rebound. Come into your rebound. I think we say this every week, but the rebound is where the magic happens. Maybe you notice that light along the spine and out the crown. Maybe it has a pulsation to it, a throbbing. Maybe it has a popcorn popping like sensation. Maybe it's still as the whisper. Be with the light that you are. Stay on your back. Hug your knees into your chest, both of them. Maybe bring the hands to the shins. Maybe you bring your hands to your hamstrings. Sometimes I'll just bring my hands to the hamstrings and let the calves just flop over the hands. We're just going to hold our knees towards our chest. Try to make this as effortless as you can. Maybe it feels better to let the knees come out to the side and you have your hands underneath the knees or on the shins. Just let those knees fall wherever they can, but try to keep them kind of held into your chest. Notice the sides of the hips and those hip creases that are a little bit compressed, the knees folded over, compressing the back of the legs. These energy points, that water element that resides in the pelvic bowl. Kind of bringing awareness to that area of the body. So when we come into our rebound, we can feel a little bit of a release of emotions. And feel God, Source, the greater whole, whatever it might be to you, feel it supporting you. Feel your connection through your crown, your aura extending as we rest in this peaceful moment. Maybe scanning the physical body and just relaxing anywhere that you might be holding tension. If you're shrugging your shoulders upward towards the ceiling, let them drop back to the floor. Maybe you're really gripping your hands on your legs. Just maybe relax the hands as much as you can. Yep, good. Relaxing the feet. Allowing this to be as yin as possible. Let's extend those legs into our rebound. Good. Maybe that prana gives you a greater sense of being alive. Maybe it reminds you of the infinite aspect of your soul. Just notice the prana, that chi flowing within you. Feel the light within yourself. Feeling it connected with the light of all of us here tonight. One more breath in. Maybe you let the next breath out with a sigh. Now let's roll over to our side. We're going to come into a shape that we haven't done before in our yin class. It's our dragon pose. So maybe come into your tabletop and we'll step the right foot forward We can leave that knee down, and then we'll let that knee drop out to the side. Maybe you come to your forearms or to your hands. We won't be here very long. It's much more of a yang. I'll come to a different angle so you can see. Let the knee drop out to the side. Let that foot come off the ground. Hands to the floor. You can lower yourself down as close to the floor as you want, but we're opening up the hip with the right knee out on the side of the pinky edge of the foot, coming down. Like I said, we won't be here long, but let's remember our body. Connecting our spirit to our body, letting this shape remind us that our soul is embodied in this being. Your body is your temple, your body is your home. So we nurture the body. That was our root chakra, right? Not denying the material, but not clinging to it either. We had that balance of recognizing that we're body, not clinging, but nourishing it as a home for our soul. Let's be with that for just a little longer, guys. Letting go, maybe you notice that fascia just unraveling just a little bit more with each passing breath. Let's exhale. Bring the hands to the floor, maybe bring the chest up, lower the right foot down, send the right leg back, bring the knee to the ground, and we're going to step the left foot forward, coming into the other side without a rebound. Extending the knee back as long as you want, as far as you want, dropping the left knee to the side, the sole of that left foot facing the right side of the mat, coming onto your hand, onto your blocks or your forearms. Again, this is a much more active pose than any yin pose we've ever done. This is probably the most active yin pose, but its purpose is to remind us of this body that houses this light. See if you can connect to the light within. The root of all suffering is forgetting our true nature is spirit. Make sure you're breathing. Now, as you're ready, lift the heart, lift the chest, come onto your hands. We'll bring that foot to the ground. And now send the left leg back, come onto your back, come onto your stomach, and see how great this rebound feels after this little bit of a dragon pose. Maybe let out a sigh, let out a breath. Feel the prana, that chi, in a new way, maybe a familiar way, just let it be. Maybe notice where you feel a gathering of chi. Give yourself a few more breaths. Now let's gently make our way up to a seated position. Really give yourself some time here to come to seated again. We're going to bring our feet apart. So bring the feet wide apart, and let's bring that left foot into that inner right thigh. And then let's inhale to draw the arms up overhead, and then exhale to turn the heart towards that right foot. Now we just let the right foot be nice and loose. We're not flexing the foot like in our other classes. It's loose, right? And then let's just surrender and fold over that right leg. Sometimes I like to bring blocks on either side of the leg and rest my arms on those blocks. And then eventually maybe I start to lower this height of the blocks, and maybe I even lose the blocks completely. But just meet yourself where you're at. So you might feel this in the low back. Maybe you feel it in the back of that right leg. If you don't feel anything, wave your hand and I'll give another option. Okay. Let's bring our awareness to the crown. Maybe you feel energy at your third eye. Direct that to the crown, ascending that consciousness upward. Letting this physical body that's capable of feeling emotions, let those emotions rise if they're coming to the surface. The spleen and the liver meridian run along the inside of the leg. The spleen allows us to feel empathy. Sometimes if we have too much, we might correlate or be codependent. So we can just release that and bring it into balance where we have that right amount of empathy. That liver supports us in being creative. The liver also is associated with anger. Sometimes anger leads to creativity, right? Sometimes it leads to not creativity to other things. So we balance it so our liver functions optimally. And so ultimately, our energy aligns with our soul's purpose. Connecting with that soul's purpose through Sahasrara Chakra in our physical body. At any time now, maybe you want to open that left shoulder to the sky and then bring the left arm up and over. So you might remember doing this where we kind of hold the left hand with the right hand. So this opens up across the arm again. It's kind of nice, but only if it feels good in your body tonight. Nice, guys. And let the head be loose. I had my head active because I was looking at the screen, but let your head Kind of be loose at right shoulder, right ear, kind of coming close. And just let it all go. That long opening up across the shoulder, the heart, the small intestine, which helps us digest and discern. Let's breathe in. And now let's exhale, release the hands, but we're going to bring them to either side of the leg. I'm going to move my blocks out of the way. And now from here, let's press up. Let the breath go, and we're going to come right into our butterfly. So maybe bringing ourselves to seat, bringing soles together, and then maybe we fold it forward over the feet. You can bring a block on the feet, rest the forehead on the block. And maybe we notice the difference between the legs right now, that right leg and the left. And guys, let's surrender here. It's believed that if the soul leaves the body with an awakened crown chakra, that the soul does not go into purgatory, does not reincarnate, that soul has done its work. So the power of an awakened crown chakra is immense. I like to think that tank the yin to my yang. Our energies came together during our third eye practice week. And that his soul left out his crown. That his mission was complete. His soul was here to do what it came to do. And it was complete. So we remember, we practice, and we live our soul's dharma. We awaken that Christ-like consciousness. And our yoga practice is here to support us. Slowly lift, our shoulders, our chest, our crown chakra. We'll extend our left leg out. Bring the right foot to the inside of that left leg. And then when you're ready, adjust your sits bones. Flop your foot. Bring the arms up overhead on an inhale. Maybe extend nice and long through the spine, that channel of light. And we'll exhale, folding forward over that leg, hands to blocks, to the floor, to the shins. Just wherever is going to support you in your yin aspect. And then come to rest over this left leg. If this side, if you don't feel anything on the back of the leg or the low back, give me a wave and we'll get another variation. Maybe visualize 1,000-petaled lotus floating above your head. And maybe notice it just turning gently. Maybe it's turning quickly. Maybe now, if it feels right and aligned with your energy tonight, maybe you bring the right shoulder open, opening the chest up, and you bring that right arm overhead. Let the left ear come towards that shoulder. Maybe you just hold that right hand with the left, but let them both be as effortless as you can. Maybe breathe into this side body, feeling yourself getting space between the ribs, space for your lungs to fill, space for your lungs to breathe, to grieve, to open, to joy. Just really giving our soul, the opportunity to milk out any emotions tonight. Our soul is here in order to have an experience of being human. Exhale into the light that you are, letting go. One more breath in. Maybe let the breath leave the body quickly, slowly. When you're ready, gently release the hand, bring the heart back towards the thigh. You can drag those hands towards the middle, lifting the chest. If you want, you can bring your feet together for just a moment into butterfly and maybe notice how those sides might feel a little more even now. Feeling this moment, feeling the physical benefits of the practice, knowing that these physical benefits are an outward manifestation of the spiritual and emotional benefits on the inside of our body. And now let's gently exhale, give ourselves up, lifting the chest, and then let's come into a rebound, rolling down, flopping down. Let's pause here in a rebound. Transition from your rebound to your shavasana. Maybe that means a physical change in the body. Maybe that means just a deeper relaxation or a letting go of any mental chatter, mental movement. Maybe that's dropping into the celebration of the light that you are. Let's transition to Shavasana by breathing deeply in and feeling the belly rise. And let's pause at the top. And we'll do a 3-part exhale. So we'll exhale just a little bit, pause, exhale a little more, pause, and exhale the rest. Let it go. Let's do that again. Let's breathe in, fill the belly. Exhale a little, pause, exhale a little more, pause, exhale again, all the way. Kind of like an elevator, pausing twice on the way to the floor. Let's breathe in, fill the belly. Exhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Exhale all the way. And now drift into an effortless breath. Don't even pay attention to the breath. Drop into your light. Drop into the bliss of Sahasrara, the celebration of light that you are. Letting go. Maybe you hear the mantra Om as your awareness on Sahasrara Chakra settled. Om. Maybe you feel that luminescent moonlight enveloping your physical body. Maybe you feel as though you're suspended beyond time and space. You have a few more minutes of class. You can rest in shavasana, or maybe you want to come to a seated position and close in a silent sit. It's up to you. I'll keep my eye on the time for us. Just allow yourself to be in the light, be in this sacred space that you created. I am not this body. I am not this mind. Consciousness and joy incarnate, bliss of the blissful am I. I am not this body. I am not this mind. Consciousness and joy incarnate, bliss of the blissful am I. Let's exhale. Inhale. Om. Shanti. 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 Namaste.